Tonight, as Wally mentioned, Diaz, incredibly enough, the older fighter, former Olympian. He's fought naturally at this weight and even more for some time. In fact, he made weight easier than Morales, who is stepping up for only the second time to 135 pounds. Actually fought at 134 and losing to Zahir Rahim a couple of years ago. So, Diaz, the southpaw, Morales, the legend. The unified rules of boxing apply here. Nothing out of the ordinary here. David Diaz and Erik Morales in a collision fight from Chicago. Let's meet them both officially as we go up to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. DJ, please. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would everyone please rise for two national anthems. First, the national anthem of Mexico. And here to perform it, please welcome Senor Andres Reina.
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero apresta y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Ciño patria, tus sienes de oliva, de la paz el arcángel divino, que en el cielo tu eterno destino por el dedo de Dios escribió. Mas si osare un extraño enemigo profanar con su planta tu suelo, pienso, patria querida, que el cielo un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprestad y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. ¡Viva México, señores!
Please remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner to be performed by Mr. Jimmy Damon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare with bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free
tell you, it's very early, but so far in terms of audience appreciation, a very subdued applause for Erik Morales, but again, David Diaz fighting in front of the home crowd. We heard some boos, and how this is certainly understandable. Erik Morales is a Mexican legend. Let's meet both fighters now and go up to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from All-State Association with 8 Count Promotions is proud to present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by La Cerveza Más Fina, Corona Extra. Sanctioned by the Illinois State Professional Boxing Board, Director of Boxing Ron Picillo, and the World Boxing Council, President Jose Suleiman. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout on the 10-point system. From Mexico, Hermino Cuevas. From Illinois, USA, Robert Hecko. From Japan, Nobuaki Uratani. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action at the bell, from New Jersey, USA, Benji Estevez. And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with black, official weight, 135 pounds. His professional record, 48 victories, including 34 knockouts, with 5 defeats. Damas y caballeros de la zona norte, Tijuana, Mexico, the 3-time champion of the world, Erik El Terrible Morales. And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue, official weight, 133 3/4 pounds. As a professional, 32 victories, including 17 knockouts. Only 1 defeat with 1 bout even. From Chicago, Illinois, the reigning, defending WBC lightweight champion of the world, dangerous, David Diaz.
Ok, David, puedes repetir mis instrucciones, proteger durante la pelea todo el tiempo, protect yourself at all times, una pelea limpia, give me a clean fight, buena suerte, que gane el mejor, good luck, may the best man win, touch him up.
Morales looks like he hasn't popped a sweat, well, a little bit, I should say. Diaz looks a little cold, maybe. First question for both you guys: when you can't afford respect to turn to awe, right? Diaz is fighting a legend. How do you put that behind you right away?
I don't think Diaz is the type to be very awed by anybody, quite honestly, Nick. I think he's a tough kid, and I don't think he's worried about Morales except that he wants to beat him.
What do you think, Gennaro?
I think the same way as you, Wally. I think he should go in there and force the issue, make Morales fight a fight that he doesn't want to.
And he's trying to do it now. He wants to get inside. It's apparent. He's the southpaw. He's got to make him fight 3 minutes every round. Morales would like to keep this fight at arm's length, wouldn't he?
Absolutely, but let's not forget this, Nick. You know, David Diaz toiled for 10 years years pretty much in obscurity in boxing. A lot of it was of his own making, as he told me yesterday. You know, he did a lot of the wrong things. Now he's a world champion. I don't think he's coming in here to freeze up. He wants to be what Erik Morales has already been.
Oh, of course he does, but it may perhaps be a little understandable. So much at stake, fighting at home. It would only be natural that he might be less than completely loose here early, but he's certainly proving me wrong. He's banging away, being aggressive the way he's got to be. Smart aggression, too.
And I think he's doing the right thing. Work the body of Morales, because you know what? Morales has actually been hurt to the body by several fighters that I've seen.
Yeah, very elusive aggression here by Diaz. Smart. Not just walking straight in. He wants to get in his chest and take away any punching room. And as Wally and Gennaro both mentioned, force him to fight every second.
You know something that we overheard, Wally and I, was that he actually had trouble. He was like 7 pounds over Morales was on Tuesday, so obviously he had to go and lose all that weight.
Yeah,
not a good thing.
It's something to watch. I mean, you know, in terms of stamina, and you know, how far can Erik Morales really go here at top speed? I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, and you know, David is doing an excellent job working up the body and working upstairs as well.
Well, Morales finally fighting back. He hadn't done much in the first couple of minutes of this fight. You know, he's the kind of guy, when he'd get into these wars, he got hit with a sweeping right hand. Morales looks like he's got to hang on right now. But Morales kind of guy that would jump on you quick with a counter when he got stung. He hasn't done that so far.
You know, he's actually fighting a southpaw a little shorter than him, so he's making... Whoa! He got him with it!
Rocked by a left, and here comes Diaz.
Right. Oh, no, what a shot by
Right-hand
Morales!
counter by Morales.
Imagine that.
And you look at David Diaz, he's got a quick.
This is really one of the most fascinating first rounds we've seen in boxing. And Wally, how do you score the round?
10-9, Morales.
Is that amazing?
No, not hurt at all, right? Listen to me. Like they said, when he's hurt, he fires back with a good right? So when you're trying to finish him off, you got to keep it tight and keep your gloves at your chin, all right? Now just pace yourself there. Go ahead.
Agárralo. Préndelo también abajo. Combina, no nada más te golosines arriba, ¿ok?
You gotta hit him downstairs too. Okay?
Su objetivo es abajo.
You gotta go down. Okay?
Míralo.
Just gotta measure him and go down to the body.
All right, Diaz first, and then Morales. I mean, this is the kind of stuff Erik Morales has done throughout his career. When you're ready to say, that's it for him, he comes right back. You'll see David Diaz run into the knockdown punch. Trust me, you will.
There it is.
Boom. But it's exactly what we were saying, the fact that that's the Morales you knew. When he would get flurried, when he would get hit, he would come back and jump. And that's what Diaz has to be careful.
And in the corner of Diaz, they actually made a very good point. That when Morales gets hit and he gets hurt, he comes right away with a straight right.
Exactly what I said.
Right. Very good.
And that's what he did. Jim Strickland warning him that Diaz has to keep punching, even punching on the way out.
You know, and that might be a sign that Diaz is a little bit overly excited about fighting in his hometown.
Excited, right.
He knew what was going to happen, but he got so excited by what he had done that he ran in there trying to finish the fight off.
Wally, you're right. A big distinction. Excited, not odd, not that he wasn't loose. He was just wound a little tight.
Trying very hard to impress the hometown crowd. Perfectly understandable.
Whoa! That's a slip. Benji a slip as the referee picked it up. He tripped. And they both acknowledge it as such.
You know, and southpaws and right-hand fighters are always going to have a contradiction of footing of who wants to be inside and what wants to be the outside.
Terrific fight so far.
It's kind of like when you eat next to a lefty. Right?
Yeah.
You always hit your elbows.
Right.
Oh, Diaz shortening up nicely now.
But he needs to pick up his hands. He's dropping those hands, and Morales is very dangerous when he's in close. That's how he got dropped. So Diaz has to learn that he needs to pick up those hands. right there.
Wow. Here comes Morales popping back as he's content to slug with the champion.
Well, Diaz, you know, does not have the reputation of being a great puncher, even though he landed a great punch to beat Santa Cruz.
Right. But Diaz right now abandoning his jab. He's going in with big shots. Nice body work. He's a committed body puncher. You know, I did his only loss, and he got dropped early and a little unglued in that fight against Kendall Holmes.
Okay. And he said he learned a lot from Kendall Holmes. He said he had learned how to be patient.
Yes, he did.
But right now, he's not showing patience.
He's all over Erik Morales. Benjiasteves breaks them. Spirited second round again. Non-stop action. Morales dangerous, as you guys talked about. He can counter the aggression beautifully.
He has been connecting a pretty good right uppercut. That's something that David Diaz has to be careful with. I think Diaz needs to throw that straight left to the stomach and not straight to the head. Because he has that opening right there in the middle. Down the middle to the stomach.
But should Diaz stay inside once he's there?
I think he should land his punches and sidestep. Don't stay in front of Morales because he's dangerous.
Right.
You got to sidestep away from him.
And just got to outwork him here as we close out a beautiful second round.
Gotta hit him. Gotta hit him. Go to the body. Don't wait so long. Don't let him push you either. Okay? You have to keep on throwing.
You coming straight to him, man.
Just go with the flow, okay?
You got to slip aside and use feints when he reacts to any kind of feint. So feint, mouthpiece, baby.
When you're close, try to push him back. Push him back.
It's going to pay off, but you got to slip and slide.
Man, this guy's been to hell and back. Erik Morales. Diaz in the fight of his life.
You know what?
The defining fight of his life.
You know what? I actually think that he's tired. He was breathing kind of heavy right there.
Morales
was, yeah. But you know what? He came out right now connecting some pretty good shots.
He came out flurrying with Diaz, and he catches Diaz on the way in. Diaz not punching his way in. Forgetting about that jab. Jim Strickland told me he wanted Diaz to come in behind that jab and come out behind that jab.
And that is something that's very dangerous here. Morales out, you know, being pushed into the ropes, almost hit the lens of that camera right now.
Ropes are a little loose, don't they?
I think they're very loose. Yep. They have been all night. You know, I, for one, am pleasantly surprised by what Morales has brought to the ring so far tonight. But if I were Diaz, I might back off a little bit, regroup, and try to take Morales into the later rounds, because I agree with you. I think he did look a little bit tired between rounds.
I think so. Here, Diaz trying to impose his strength on Morales. Again, he's fought his career at 135 and 140. So naturally, he would be the bigger man. As an Olympian, he fought at 139.
I think he's doing good right there, but he has to be careful with that uppercut. That right uppercut is the one that's doing the damage for Morales.
I mean, Morales is very dangerous at this point in the fight.
Morales picking those shots off with his gloves. There's the right hand in close for Morales, but he's trying to create a little distance. Morales backed up right now. Diaz flurries on him. Here comes Diaz forward, popping that lead left hand twice.
When you look at Morales, I don't see really much upper body movement, no sidestepping like he normally used to do.
No, he's certainly not that. He's not that Erik Morales anymore, but he's still got the punching power.
And Wally, you're talking about dragging Morales in a little late. You know, the legs could be an issue for this guy. He has been in some battles.
And also, you know, the strain of making the weight. He's not going to show up early.
Oh, he got caught. He got caught.
Right down the middle comes Morales. And back comes Diaz.
But Diaz doesn't need to get so hyped up. He needs to take his time. He got hit, okay, he got hit. But you know what? Let's be patient and let's work the body a little bit. Because you know what? We've seen Morales actually go into the later rounds and complain about leg cramps. And that has a lot to do with the weight loss and all that he's actually been through.
Exactly. I think that Diaz is losing his cool a little bit here.
Oh, big combination from Morales. Morales able to measure Diaz backing up, trying to create that space. Diaz in black is propelling himself forward, closing distance, head on Morales' chest.
And we got to give it to Morales. Morales is in there doing his best.
Absolutely.
He's actually connected some pretty good shots as well. Like right
This
now.
is sensational 3-3.
Morales versus Diaz is being distributed by HBO Pay-Per-View. The best in pay-per-view entertainment is being brought to you by HBO.
Hay que pegarle abajo, baja la velocidad, hay que igualar también fuerzas. Tírale abajo, combíname arriba y abajo, no nada más de tecnologías arriba. Párate, perfílate bien para que saques buenos derechazos. Acuérdate que tus golpes más sólidos son con tu buen perfil. Entonces perfílate bien y agarra y tírale un buen derechazo, tanto arriba como abajo. No tires cuando estés caminando.
And we'll take a look at some round 3 action. And you know what? So far, Erik Morales looks rejuvenated in this fight. You know, we've talked about the problems he's had making the weight, but he's had the sharper punches, the crisper punches, and he's had the only punch that actually hurt his opponent.
So I'm glad you're starting.